Hi, good day everyone, fellow teachers and classmates. I am Precious Roylene Basco Rosales and I will be talking about the politeness formula in linguistics. I know that when we were little, we were taught how to be polite. These are the first things that we were taught about. So we need to be kind to other people, we need to be polite, we need to say please, and we need to say, may I go out there. So we have been exposed to politeness when starting from little kids. It's basically the same concept, but it has a more in-depth detail. Politeness has more in-depth details, especially in linguistics. So what I'm going to be talking about is politeness in linguistics. Okay, so again, we all know what it means to be polite. So it's actually a part of our social life, a principle of every interaction we encounter every day, whether consciously or unconsciously. But what can we say about politeness? Okay, so what can we say about politeness in a linguistic point of view? Okay, so in the 1980s, there are two linguists, Brown and Levinson. So they proposed a theory of politeness to understand theory of politeness. Now, to understand how it works, okay, to understand the theory is first you need to acquire the lingo or the language. Now, there are many important several terms to remember. Let's start with the term face. No, this is not your actual face, but it is your public self-image. It is something that you have established for yourself and would like others to recognize you. You would like others to think about you. So that is your social image. That is your face. So everything that we do socially would depend on what kind of face we like to develop, because we have our own self-image. We have different ways, or we have different consideration on what we want other people to see us as a person. Okay, so again, that is the face. It's how you want others to perceive you. It's how you want others to see you. Okay, so say for example, like a person, or probably me, I like to be in a group. I like to socially belong to a particular group. Okay, so I like to be, I like that other people would like me, okay, and would become my friends. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to belong to a particular group of people. Okay, so this desire that I have motivates the way I interact with other people. Okay, so it motivates the way I treat other people, with my colleagues, with my friends. Okay, so in Brown and Levinson's politeness theory, this particular thing that you want, okay, for other people to know you, this is called the positive face. Again, positive face. It's what you want other people to see you. It's what you want. It's still your public image. You want other people to think of who you are. So that is a positive face. However, there are also instances that we like to be just with ourselves. Okay, there are times that I don't like other people to tell me what to do. I'd like to do just my own thing. There are times that I don't like small talks. There are times that I want to be alone. Okay, especially if I'm, doing on something and I don't want to, I don't want other people to tell me what to do. I just wanted to be by myself. Okay, so I'm not really interested in small talks. So in this part of me, this is what we call the negative face. Okay, so again, we have the positive face and we have the negative face. Now, it's also important to remember that Braun and Levinson do not use the term positive and negative in their traditional meaning. Okay, but it's free from any judgment or evaluation. So it means that a negative face is not bad. Okay, or you say the positive face is a lot better than the negative face. No, they actually coexist with each other. So negative face and positive face are a part of each individual. Okay, now we also have another term called face threatening act, or the FTA. Okay, so face threatening act. All right, now in our school setting, you as a teacher, there are times that you are not able to make your lesson plan, right? So we're not able to make our lesson plan, and it's very important to submit because the principal is already asking for it, or the head teacher is already asking for it. Now you have this colleague who's very keen in making lesson plans, and you pretty know that she's done with her lesson plan. Now, what you have in mind is to you really wanted to submit the lesson plan on time. So one thing that you thought of is to borrow her lesson plan and copy it, right? Because this act will benefit you. However, this act will also threaten the face of the teacher that you will borrow your lesson plan from. Okay, so that's why it is called face threatening act, because you're going to be asking a favor, and if that teacher will say no, well, eventually the face that she likes to establish for other people will be ruined because of your request. So that's why it's called face threatening act. Okay, now so basically there are two things that you can do, right? Okay, so there are two things that you can do. First thing is, you don't want to make that face threatening act. Okay, so you don't want that because you know that the other person, or your teacher, let's just call her probably teacher Linda. Okay, so teacher Linda will eventually be put to distress because she has to make a decision either to let you borrow her lesson plan and just copy whatever it is that she worked hard for, or just say no. And if she's gonna say no, again, it will put her on distress. So she has to make this decision. Okay, so that's why you just tell yourself, oh, okay, I'm not gonna borrow the lesson plan anymore. I don't want to put her in distress. I don't want to put her in that situation. So there, it's okay if I'm not gonna be able to submit a lesson plan. Or if your desire to submit the lesson plan is bigger than you putting her in distress, then you will do the face threatening act. Okay, now there are two things also, like say you're gonna do the face threatening act, or you're gonna borrow the lesson plan from her. So there are two ways on how you're gonna approach him. Okay, so remember, each of us has two faces, right? The positive face and the negative face. Okay, so here comes the politeness strategy, or the politeness formula that Braun and Levinson proposed. Okay, so you see, you have the face threatening act, right? So if you're gonna use the politeness strategies, you can use this. Instead of face threatening act, you're gonna turn that into face saving acts, because you're gonna be saving the face of the other teacher. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna either do two things. First is the positive politeness. Okay, so what are you gonna do when you're gonna approach teacher Linda with positive politeness? Okay, now positive politeness, it's actually a strategy that you will appeal to teacher Linda's positive face. Okay, so remember there are two faces, right? Positive and negative. So in the positive politeness strategy, you're gonna appeal to teacher Linda's positive face. You want to make her feel appreciated and show her that she is a valued teacher, or she is a teacher who's really know what she's doing. Okay, so you're gonna put her on the pedestal. Okay, so positive politeness strategy is a language that creates shortness. A language that creates closeness. So basically, if this is what we're gonna use, if we're gonna attack the positive face of teacher Linda, so here's what you're gonna say. So you can say, Linda, I know that hi Linda, it's good to see you. I know that you've been a really good teacher, and you're really keen in making the lesson plan. Everything that you write in there is very detailed, and I know that you really put so much work in this lesson plan, but I really need your expertise here. Okay, I need your expertise in making the lesson plan, because I was not able to make it. Is it okay if I'm gonna be borrowing your lesson plan just this once? There. Okay, so in that conversation, you actually made a room. You actually put Tina upwards. You praise her with all the things that she is, and then you're gonna insert your face threatening act. Okay, so kung sa ato pa mulag imong di siguro pod imong bula-bulahon, pero murag ingana gamay. So you're gonna appreciate her, acknowledge her, value her positive face, and then that's the time that you're gonna insert your favor, or you're gonna insert your face threatening act. Okay, you're gonna tell her how amazing she is. Okay, now that's the first one. And in the negative politeness formula or politeness strategy, you're gonna appeal to teacher Linda's negative face. So if you're gonna do this strategy, you have to make sure that you make teacher Linda feels like she's not being imposed on. Okay, so what ni mo siya gipugos. Okay, so it's easy. You have to create that environment that it's easier. It's okay if she's gonna say no. Okay, so okay ra if mo dili siya. Okay, so you can use indirect languages such as hedging. Okay, so it is to show awareness of his negative face. Okay, now, well, example for this is you say, teacher Linda, I know that I really feel bad for asking this, and I know that you always like put so much work on your lesson plan, and but unfortunately I was not able to pass it because I have been busy these days, and I really feel bad for asking this from you, but hopefully I'm gonna be asking this only once. Would it be okay if I'm gonna borrow your lesson plan? It's okay though if you say no. I can find ways, but I really need to do the lesson plan right now. Okay, so would it be okay if I'm gonna borrow it? Okay, there. So that's how you make a negative politeness strategy. Okay, so what you did was you acknowledge that it's okay, she's gonna say no, and your favor is actually something that is usually a good thing. Okay, but you're gonna ask a favor though. So that is negative politeness strategy. So you have to emphasize that teacher Linda has the freedom to say no. Okay, and it's okay. Now, since we're able to understand the politeness strategy, I think it's okay now to present the visual representation of Brown and Levinson's politeness theory. Okay, so the arrow in the bottom shows the risk of face loss, and the right option is in this decision tree is the higher risk. Okay, so the arrow, this is the face loss. Now when you say face loss, that means that he lose face or she loses face. So it means that she loses the identity that she's been molding all her life. Kaya bang murag na ang say nga naning murag nawa ang ijang the identity that she built her entire life has been lost because probably she said no, or eventually if that happens and there's gonna be a gap of friendship, of relationship, and we don't want that to happen. So that's why there's a formula that we need to follow on how to be polite in a linguistic point of view. Okay, so this is the politeness diagram. Okay, there. Let's talk about it. So basically, always left with you are always left with two options. Okay, say for example you're the teacher who would like to borrow the lesson plan. Okay, so your first option is whether you do the face threatening act. Okay, so either you do it or not. So if you don't do the FTA, then you don't have to bother yourself with all the formulas. But if you're gonna still do the face threatening act, okay, there. So if you're gonna do the face threatening act, okay, so you decide to do the face threatening act, again, if you decide to borrow the lesson plan, you have two other options. Okay, so it is off record or on record. Okay, so if you're gonna do the off record, this means to formulate your FTA in a highly direct way. For example, it's like off record, right? So you're not gonna directly say what you want to teacher Linda, but instead you can just look at her. You're gonna say things indirectly or through actions, not through words. Okay, so you're gonna try to take a look at Linda's lesson plan. So you're gonna look at it the whole time and you're gonna like feel sad or look sad, and you'd say, oh, you have a really good lesson plan. I hope that I do have this kind of lesson plan also, because I was not able to make it because I was so busy, but unfortunately I will not have any lesson plans. I will not be able to submit and I really feel bad about it. Okay, so there. So off record is you show them indirectly what you want, but you do not tell them directly that you want their lesson plan. Murag kung sa ato pag ipadungog-dungog ra ba. But there are two result in off record. It could mean that teacher Linda will not be able to get what you're trying to say. Okay, so he's not able to get what he's trying to say, so you're not going to be able to borrow the lesson plan. Or it could be that teacher Linda actually knows what you're talking about, but if she doesn't want you to borrow her lesson plan, then she cannot just make a comment on it. She can just say, okay, you can submit next week. There. So it's like no pressure, right? There's no pressure, there's no imposing on teacher Linda. But the downside is if she doesn't understand what you're talking about, so you will not be able to get your way. Okay, so there, that is the off record. Okay, so again, there are downside on this, but there are also, if you think the teacher Linda is, if she's like your friend and she knows you, you can do the off record. Okay, I'm pretty sure that she will get what you're trying to say. The next is on record. Okay, so on record means that you choose to make the request very clearly. So using words, you're gonna tell her that you're gonna borrow the lesson plan. Okay, so first thing that she can do is she has two options. She has the without regressive action or the with regressive action. Okay, so let's see if she does the without regressive action. Okay, so without regressive action, it means that you don't pay attention to teacher Linda's faces, neither the positive or negative face. So you're not gonna mind. Okay, you're not gonna mind if she's gonna if what is his positive face or the negative face. You're just gonna say it directly without regressive actions or there. So you're just gonna say, teacher Linda was not able to submit my lesson plan, and I really need to submit it right now so that the principal will not get mad at me. Is it okay if I'm gonna borrow your lesson plan? I'm gonna copy it just this once. Okay, so that is in that way, teacher Linda really knows what you want from her. Okay, so she knows what you want from her because you are very clear about what you want. You're very clear that you want to borrow her lesson plan. However, this type of situation puts teacher Linda in a very difficult situation because you had made it difficult for her to say no, because she has to protect also her face. So if she's gonna say no, then probably you would think of her as inconsiderate or selfish. So there, it's very difficult for him to say no. Okay, if you're gonna use the regressive action, or if you don't want to happen, then you don't want that to happen. You don't want to put her in the bad light or in that difficult situation. So you're gonna go to with regressive action. Okay. So in a regressive action, so again, you have two options. If you're gonna do that, it's either to use the negative politeness or the positive politeness. Okay, so we have talked about how you're gonna say things in a positive or in a negative if you're gonna attack the positive face or the negative face. So basically, the decisions of all decisions really depends a lot on the context, right, of the situation. We don't know if you and teacher Linda are close friends or probably not. So it depends on your relationship, okay, with each other. But basically, we're gonna think of these politeness theory or politeness strategy with people that we're not very close of, right? Because if we are gonna do requests to people that are very close to us, it's not that difficult. So because we're already friends, we've established that relationship already. Okay, so there, that is the politeness formula. Okay, so I hope that you have learned a lot from this video, and in case you have any questions, just feel free to make a comment, and then we're gonna try I'm gonna try everything to answer you. Okay, so bye bye, see you later.